great guy. I love having him around. Give it up for Tristan A Smith, everybody.
Yeah. Keep it going for y'all. Keep it going for Jacob, man. Happy anniversary, RAD. It's been a wonderful 2-year experiment to see if Jacob could get a management job at a comic book store. It's been fun. It was never about the comedy or the music. It was just about getting Jacob work. That's it. We did it, everybody. I had a question for the audience. Who do you think is better at raising kids? Black people or white people?
Black people.
That was an emphatic. All right. Usually in Chicago, most audiences are afraid to answer that question. But most audiences say black people. They say black parents are better because they want to seem woke. This is a very liberal city that a lot of people say black parents are better. Here's the thing. As a black man, I disagree. I think it's a tie. I think it's straight up tie. I think black parents and white parents are as good as each other. I think all kids across all races are as good as each other. I legitimately believe that. Like, I believe statistically they're all the same. However, there are major differences in terms of the consequences for raising bad children in each community. If you're a bad black parent and you raise a bad black child, the worst thing that happens is maybe the kid grows up to kill somebody else. If you're a bad white parent, you raise a bad white child, the worst thing that happens is that kid grows up to kill you. It's just different states, that's all it is. Every white parent is in a fight for their lives. If you're a white person in this room, I salute you for getting away with murdering your parents. You did a very good job. You're crushing it. Let me switch gears for a second. I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than discovering you have a new sexual fetish. I was laying in bed with a lady. She had her arm up. I kissed her armpit. And then I started making out with her armpit. And a lot of you in the audience are looking at me like I'm crazy right now, but y'all eat ass. And I feel like if you can eat an ass, you can eat an armpit. That's not a hard thing to do. So I was making out with her armpit, like I do, and all of a sudden a voice went off in my head. It says, "Hey Tristan, this looks real weird right now. You gotta stop." Which means I've been doing that for a while. I want a voice to come in. So I stopped. I started kissing her, on the mouth or whatever. And the entire time I just wanted to get back to that armpit. The entire time. And after it, I was pretty ashamed of myself. I didn't want a new sexual fetish. But then I realized that's maybe the third worst sexual fetish I've ever had in my life. The worst sexual fetish I ever had in my life was for a weird stretch. I used to get erections every time my female friends cried. All right, I know that sounds. I said used to. All right, that's the old me. That's 4 years ago, Tristan. All right, we had a different president back then. There's a lot. I'm a new man. But I used to get erections every time my female friends cried, and I'm better now. The worst it ever got is when I was really in a need and I didn't have any friends who were going through trauma. The worst it ever. About once a year, I'll go to this website called crygasm.com. For anybody who doesn't know, which is everybody in the room has no idea what that is. I'm the only one who's ever seen that website. But crygasm.com is a website where women are given bad news on camera. Women are given bad news on camera. They start crying about it, and then they masturbate to it, and then I masturbate to that. And I feel like this thing makes the armpit thing look pretty tame in comparison. Like, a lot of you guys thought I went kind of far with the armpit thing. You had no idea where this bit was going to go. Oh my gosh. But again, I'm better now. I'm cool. I used to be a child prodigy. I used to, there's no transition out of that bit. I used to be a child prodigy. I was 16 years old when I started college, and I was 12 when I started high school. And all that sentence means that I was book smart. It didn't mean that I was emotionally mature enough for the circumstances. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school on the south side of Chicago. The thing about all-boys Catholic high schools on the south side of Chicago is that they are factories. They're factories that produce little boys that lie about having sex. That's all they make. But I didn't know that. You know, I was an innocent 12-year-old child. I thought all my 14-year-old friends were legit having sex all the time. And I wanted to be a cool kid just like them. But the only thing you know about having sex at 12 years old and being in high school is that you couldn't have had sex recently if you wanted to be cool. You had to have had sex a long time ago. So one day, one of my friends came up to me, says, "Hey Tristan, you having sex?" I said, "Yeah man, I sprue. You know how cool kids talk." He goes, "That's cool, man, that's cool. When you start having sex?" I told him 3rd grade. Honestly, I thought that was the right answer. And for whatever reason, he didn't poke holes in that story. He didn't scrutinize it. I think he thought I got molested. But he didn't dig that deep into it. And in my mind, I was like, hell yeah. I had a successful interaction. Anytime somebody asked me when I had sex, I'll just say 3rd grade, I'm golden. And that worked. It worked for a while. Until one day it didn't. One day, a different friend from another friend group came up to me and said the same thing. He says, "Hey Tristan, you having sex yet?" Looked him dead in his eyes. I said, "I fuck literally all the time." I was ready for it. I wanted him to ask me that. He goes, "Calm down." He's like, "All right, man, when'd you have sex?" I told him 3rd grade. And he said, "What?" And that's when I realized 3rd grade is a terrible answer to give someone when they ask you when you lost your virginity. And I realized I had to cover my tracks. I had to think of an excuse. I told him, "You misunderstood me. You misheard me. I never said 3rd grade." He goes, "Okay, fine. When did you have sex? When did you really lose your virginity?" I told him 1st grade. I got more flustered. I never spoke to him again after that day. I faded out of his life. We're not friends on Facebook. I don't go to high school reunions. Honestly, I hope he's dead. I hope he's dead. I don't want to deal with the interaction of talking to a man I lied about having 1st grade sex to. It's easier if he's just dead. Thank you very much for my time.
Woo! Here you go.